1 year anniversary.
Looks like a happy couple, right? What if I told you this TikTok famous influencer is now facing a $3.5 million lawsuit for this happy relationship? That she allegedly stole her ex-best friend's man and her husband's cousin's wife. Can you even keep up?
The husband's cousin's brother, wife. Bro said they know pussy almost impossible. Oh, that's why they didn't sue. I'm dead. Bro said that's why they didn't sue the man, because he said they know that the pussy coming.
Hey, yo.
In the lawsuit, they didn't sue the man because they knew the pussy was too good.
Got him.
She look like she got, bro. I'm not gonna lie, man. I can't lie to you, gay. It look like she got that, got 3,000, bro. Probably, but you know what I'm saying? Make you want to get it on in the kitchen type shit off.
That she allegedly stole her ex-best friend's man and her husband's cousin's wife. Can you even keep up? This is Scandal, presented by Law and Crime. I'm Sierra Gillespie. There are so many moving parts in today's case. We've got a mega successful influencer, a love triangle, cousin drama, an illicit affair, a stolen husband, a $3.5 million lawsuit, and a gun arrest at a courthouse amidst a trial. Is that enough scandal for you? As you can tell, there's a lot involved with today's case, so let me start with the basics. Today's scandal takes us to North Carolina, and the location is extra important today, so remember that. We're going to come back to it later. Now on to everyone involved in the case, and let's begin with Brene Kennard.
Spend Friday with me. We're gonna go to DMV. Then after that, we're gonna figure out what we're gonna do next. So I don't have
Pause, gang. Yeah, she wrong for that, gang. She had to take her man, her boyfriend, her homegirl, man, like that. All of that, you know, all that meat up there. You could have got you somebody. Everybody said it's me and like 138 dudes on the planet that can turn down. Yeah, man, so they probably seeing everything going on. They get to look in their eyes and shit. They like, yeah, this my wife. Homie was like, yeah, man, I want to spend the rest of my life with you, baby. Look at that, I want to spend the rest of my life with you, darling. I'll do whatever TikTok you want me to, baby. Just put it on, man. Forgot all about his wife and kids at home. Shame.
anything planned, but we're gonna see.
Brene is known online as Life of Brene. She's a bona fide influencer. On Instagram,
All right, we're gonna try to follow her again. Look, it's right there. I'm gonna pull that shit up real quick, guys. See what we can find. Really, they said we understand when they saw her boobs. They were like, all right, sir, go ahead and just have a seat at the back and just put your head down. We know who's responsible for this. These two right here.
Hey, yo.
Hold on, let me follow on TikTok real quick. I'm gonna get into it. That life. And she lit too. 2.9 million. They still, bro, she going up after this game. They going up. They finna go up.
she has 274,000 followers, and on TikTok, she's got.
Brother said she was a third party. All three of y'all. Brother said y'all finna put some respect on this young lady's marriage. All three of y'all.
Got him.
9
All three of y'all.
million. She's known mostly for making day of videos, sharing with her followers how she spends her day or what sort of hauls she gets from places like TJ Maxx or Marshalls.
But let me show you what I got from Marshalls, y'all.
Then there's Brene's husband, Timothy Montague, who goes by the name Tim. Tim pops up a lot in Brene's content like this.
And remember, Job 121, be humble. Because what God gives,
He can also
take. We love y'all. No, I need the camera more over me.
Why? You got main character syndrome. Put it in the middle. The middle is fine. It's not all about you. Stop. Leave it alone.
It's fine.
No, it don't gotta be most on your side.
And from afar, Brene and Tim's
She
relationship
know that, yeah,
seems-
she know all her psalms and everything. He said a woman of the Lord too. Yeah, you know she know how to, Rohan, you know she know how to cook, homie. You need to go on, man, say, send that man back home, go on, man, say, you know she know how to cook, bro.
Let's live on your side.
And from afar, Brene and Tim's
Lord, what the man? Send that man back home where he belong, brother, man. Good Lord. She drinking that shake too. She just add, man, you just replenishing. Oh Lord, you just replenishing all that goddamn what? All that thickness, girl. He said it's not in the kitchen. It's not the kitchen. Them piercings. You think, man, what you think about the piercings? Yeah, what y'all think about the piercings, chat? You think she got someone? Do you think there's some on the Thundercat? No.
relationship seems really sweet and loving.
Happy 1 year anniversary. 1, 2, 3. Yay. Let's eat. Hold on, wait.
Pause, wait a minute. And the way that she kissed him, bro. See, that's what I'm saying. That's why, dude, bro, I don't know, bro, man. You gotta watch women like this, chat. You gotta watch women like this, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. He says curl toes. You feel me, bro? He said them 5-star piercings. Man, see, I'm not even into none of that, none of the type of piercings. But I will say there's certain, man, just in my experience, there's certain things that I could pick up on that let you know, like, oh, she's gonna be a demon. Oh, she a demon. I'm telling you, my demon sensors is tingling. Bro, my demon sensors are tingling. This chick right here, bro, she gonna have that man in there fat. He probably done gained like already at 35 pounds since he done got in a relationship, gang. 2, this lady was probably sitting talking on the phone with a girl about all those things. She's like, girl, you wouldn't believe my man just came in the door today, girl. He came home for work. He didn't even wash his ass. And then guess what? He want me. He said he wanted me to eat the groceries. What? That is unacceptable, girl. Yes, girl. He said he wanted me to eat the groceries. Oh my God. I'm trying, girl. You better tell him to kick rocks. You better tell him you ain't finna do that, girl. I know. You don't have to tell me. I already told him that. Boom, and she gonna be like, yeah. So, I heard you like. Do you want them groceries? I heard you want them groceries. Hey, like I got you. I got SNAP. I got SNAP benefits. I got extra benefits. Plenty of groceries. Type shit. Boom. You feel me? And then boom, homie over there getting a 5-star treatment. Gang, he getting cakes made for him. She putting personal touches on the cakes. Customizing his plate. You know what I'm saying? Putting his favorite meal on. Having his slippers ready when he get out the tub. Extra little shit like that. Stuff that the wife at home don't got time to do because she's busy tending to the kids. Busy, making sure, doing wife stuff. So that's what happens. That's that 70-30 stuff right there. But he said this time what's even worse is when somebody knows the particular percentages that your man ain't getting at home. They know the particular percentages that your woman ain't getting at home. And then he come in and provide those particular things. Bro, that's a special type of demon. Not to mention, right? And this is third. All right, y'all stick with me now. Stay with me now. This is the third one. The way that she kissed him. I'm gonna tell y'all number 3. They got my demon sense of tingling hard. The way she kissed him, gang. That's gonna show you, right? Watch.
1, 2, 3. Yay.
Now, okay, that wasn't too bad. It wasn't as bad as I thought, but it still sounded wet though when she did it though. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't as bad as I thought at first, but it was still like extra. There was some extra moistness there is what I'm getting at, gang. Maybe your mouth was a little bit wet because of the cake. It's watering. I get that. What I'm saying is that's the third indicator that you have a stage 5 demon on your hands, gang. It's gonna go up. It's gonna go up, brother. And then once it gets up, it might be stuck. I'm just saying, gang. Look, he went in at 60, stuck out at 40. When I went in, it was 43. But when I took it out, it was 93. I don't even know why she finding me. Bro, I'm telling you, gang, gonna be stuck. He ain't going nowhere.
1, 2, 3. Yay! Let's eat. Hold on, wait.
Don't move, gang. You gonna have 2
Stop you
kids.
so much. Babe.
This should be a
now.
thumbnail.
Okay, do it again.
And we don't know what goes on behind closed doors, right? I mean, Brene and
See?
Tim could...
And then she gonna be licking the icing off. We don't even want to hear what you got to say. I done seen enough. Just show me the clips at this point. I can break it down myself. I already know what's going on, gang. I already know what's going on, gang. But she put that icing everywhere over that man. She didn't put that icing on that. She put that icing on that man, gang. Look at him smiling and cheese and shit. She put the icing on the cake, baby. What? How you got the cakes in the ice too? See, that's how they get you. She sit up here talking like, man, I got the cake, I got the icing, I got the kitchen, I got what you need. Whatever you want. Girl, you know I can provide. That man, like, look at him, he just in love. He look like whatever you need. Do 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 do. Whatever you want. All right, number 4, bro. I did 3, number 4, bro. What's worst is this is the worst part, right? And what may carry this unholy union to the ends of time is the energy and phenomena of taboo. The simple fact that in the back of her mind, in the back of his mind, they know that there's somebody that is pissed about them linking up. Those things, that very thought, may make it feel like it's something that they're not supposed to be doing. Puts a little bit extra salt in the game. And that very thought, fam, that'll keep it to where, that's gonna keep it to where she's gonna be like, all right, this is, it makes it feel forbidden. It's like the forbidden fruit effect. You dig what I'm saying? So they gonna be getting at it, knowing damn well somebody is pissed off that they do it at these times. Like, yeah, we owe that bitch 1.75 million. Fuck that, bitch. I'm about to do your man tonight. I owe you 1.75 million. Okay, cool. I'm about to suck that out your man. What's your man? What you saying? I'm gonna suck every drop of that out your man. We gonna take that to the bank. I'm gonna take that to the S bank. You feel me? And then get the money. We gonna pay you back like that. How about that, bitch? You feel me? That's how it go down.
1, 2, 3. Yay! Let's eat.
I see. That's why she can eat. That's what I'm saying, gang. She's like doing the extra.
Babe.
I already
That should be a
know.
thumbnail.
Okay, do it again.
I already know.
And we don't know what goes on behind closed doors,
Yeah,
right?
talking about
I mean,
eat,
Renee
eat,
and
eat.
Tim
Yeah, she gonna
could
eat it,
very well
alright.
have a
She-
sweet and loving relationship.
So-
But there's someone
skin
out
off
there
that
who
dick. You
has
shoulda
a
seen that
different
bitch.
side of the story. This is Akira's side, previously Akira Montague. Do you recognize that last name? Akira is Tim's ex-wife. And here's where things get even more tricky. Akira and Brene reportedly used to be friends. For a time, Brene was married to this man, Devin Mayo. Devin and Akira are cousins. So a quick refresher. Akira and Devin, cousins. Akira was married to Tim. Devin married to Brene. And through all of this, Akira became friends with Brene. But Brene and Tim had a history. They actually dated in high school. Now, they went their separate ways. They married different people, but reportedly they started talking again and allegedly started up an affair. One thing led to another. Akira and Tim got divorced. And now Tim and Brene are married. So we've got this scandal side of things covered, but here's where the law and crime comes in. Akira has filed a lawsuit against Brene, claiming that she stole Tim away from her and alleging alienation of affection in a new lawsuit. So what exactly does that mean? Well, we're going to talk about it a bit more in depth during the interview, but a quick overview is that a former spouse can seek compensation through civil litigation from a person who allegedly caused the breakdown of a marriage. And usually this is going to involve some sort of cheating
Now that's
or
crazy.
affair
Alien.
scenario.
What they say it was called?
Now, remember when I told you that the location
What'd
of
you say it
today's
was called, gang?
the break litigation from
Alienation.
during
of-
the interview, but a quick overview is that a former spouse can seek compensation through civil litigation from a
have to
person
look it
who
up.
allegedly caused the breakdown of a marriage. And usually this is going to involve some sort of cheating or affair scenario. Now, remember when I told you that the location of today's scandal is extra important? Here's where that comes in. There are only 6 states that currently allow for an alienation of affection lawsuit, and North Carolina is
okay,
one
there
of
you go.
them. So
Alienation
in
of
legal
affection
terms,
lawsuit.
that
Dang.
makes Akira, the plaintiff, the person who filed the lawsuit, and Brene, the defendant, the one who is accused of causing this alleged.
Pause. No, they can't. No, they can't. They probably you can't do that everywhere. That's why I think this is why this story was like very kind of attention grabbing, because you definitely can't get this off everywhere. A lot of courts, bro, they'll throw this shit. They'll throw it right out, especially right now. Especially right now. But damn, yeah, shawty about thick as shawty about thick as molasses.
Harm. Akira filed this lawsuit in May of 2024, seeking $3.5 million in compensatory and punitive damages. She alleges that Brene is responsible for the downfall of her relationship with Tim. Now, according to the complaint, Akira was friends with Brene, so she started to confide in her about her relationship with Tim. And then Brene allegedly used this quote.
Pause. See, I knew it. I had a feeling that happened, Chad. That sounds like a, you know what I'm saying? That sounds like one of the more likely scenarios. Yeah, you feel me? That sounds like one of the most likely scenarios. Y'all seen that? She used it she was confiding in her. And then there's another thing. All right. So she was probably confiding in her and used information. That's what the old girl said. Another thing is, gang, when you get to bragging on your peoples too much, it's another reason why I'd be like, this is why we don't talk about you always. Don't always talk about the good shit you got going on, gang. Don't talk about your good thing at home. Excuse me. Because yeah, sometimes motherfuckers will be plotting on that. You feel me? Yeah, plotting on it. She was probably telling her, yeah, girl, he got some good whoop-de-whoop. Oh, girl was probably like, yeah, she in the back of her mind, she thinking, yeah, I used to be with that nigga in high school. I know he got some good. I know how good it is. You feel me? But she's still right there hearing it. And then, whoop. Vice versa could be the same for a dude, though, right? He said people need to watch how, when, and what you get your partner. Hey, you ain't lying. That's gonna tell you a lot. Dude, that's preaching. That's preaching right there. Bro is preaching in here. You need to watch how, when, and what way you got your partner. Now, maybe they had some special love interest they just thought was bigger and better than holy matrimony and everything else is going on, bigger than the lives of the children that they had already forged here with these unions between these people, the other people that they already, were with. But that's facts, bro. He's preaching, bro. He's preaching right there. Because I'm saying that same way that you get that person, right, can sometimes be the same way that they'll get another person. Sometimes. The same way you get the person could be the same way you lose the person, right? You know what I'm saying? If they'll cheat with you, they might cheat on you. You know what I mean? If they'll cheat with you, they might cheat on you. That's just a sad, simple truth, gang. If you got somebody out of the relationship, he might very well cheat, and if it happened, and you shouldn't necessarily be surprised. You got them from cheating, expect them to cheat, right?
Insider information to seduce Tim. Akira
A wet kiss, though. That's how I knew she was a demon. She doing extra shit. They knew she was wrong for that. They knew she was wrong for putting it all on that man like that. He don't know what's going on.
also alleges that Brene started making social media videos with Tim while Tim was still married to Akira. And these posts were allegedly made without Kira's knowledge, without her permission, and sometimes even featured Kira's children. Now, I'm not going to show any pictures or videos of these kids just to protect their privacy and respect all of that. However, you can see from Brene's posts that she does reference Tim's kids.
But his baby.
My youngest picked this out. And I'm telling y'all, yeah.
Princess picked it up and was like, "Oh, that smells so good."
Yeah.
And I just kind of brushed it off. But then I was like, that one that she picked up smelled good and you chose that.
According to Akira's filing, Brene started an affair with Tim while Tim was still married to Akira. And then Brene allegedly flaunted this relationship online. Akira says all of this led to her divorce with Tim. Now, Brene's ex-husband and Akira's cousin Devin also testified about this alleged relationship. And according to the local newspaper...
Oh, shoot. Wait a minute. So she was already married, too. So baby girl was already had to do... Oh, that's wild work, then. If you already had a man, you stepping out on your man to go take somebody else down.
News and Observer, Devin overheard Brene talking to Tim when Brene thought he was asleep. Now, this conversation allegedly happened back in December of 2023. And Devin says Brene and Tim were discussing rekindling their relationship because remember, they dated back in high school. Devin also testified he heard Brene and Tim having, quote, intimate relations in his home on multiple occasions, all in January of 2024. So what's
Wait
Tim's
a
side of
minute,
the story?
gang. Hold on. Now, come on now. That don't even sound right. That don't sound right. Because what you gonna do? You overhear something. You overhear your wife get in the next room, gang, getting it on. Come on. You gonna tell me it happened multiple times? And it's just, that's probably why they got the money too. I bet you he probably got a cut of that money. Let me find out. And ain't they cousins too? Oh, here go the play. Here go the play. Here goes the play. Here go the play, gang. They cousins, right? I mean, okay, so Kira, Kira and then this lady's ex-husband is cousins, right? Bro, they probably got together, started submitting both of that evidence to make that damn case stronger, gang, to get that money on. Bro,
on all of this. According to that newspaper, the News and Observer, Tim actually testified in court last week. Talking about his relationship with Akira, he said, quote, "We were just like roommates." Per that same reporting, Tim testified that he was never actually in love with Akira. Akira had previously testified that Tim wrote her love letters, gave her gifts like flowers, but according to Tim's testimony, he said, quote, "I can't even recall a time when we held hands." Tim told the court the only reason he ever married Akira was because of housing. So Tim was allegedly waiting for student housing to open up at NC State. And Akira's mom at the time wouldn't let her move home. So according to Tim's testimony, Tim's parents said, okay, you can both move in with us if you guys get married within 2 months. So Tim testified he didn't want to leave Akira on the streets, so they got married. He said, quote, "I loved her, but I wasn't in love with her." Akira's testimony counters this, saying that she actually was in love with Tim. She also brought up multiple exhibits, including photos of text messages between them in which Tim called her baby, said, "I love you," and photos of them happy, a surprise birthday party, and even vacation photos. Now, the News and Observer reports that Akira and Tim split up in March of 2024, and then they divorced officially in August. Devin Mayo filed for divorce from Brene in March of 2025, and meanwhile, the lawsuit was filed in the middle of all of this in May of 2024. Per court testimony, Brene...
So, see, you dig what I'm saying? The divorce got filed right in the middle of the lawsuit, which that adds extra fuel to the fire. And then he's already pissed at her too for that situation. Bro, they got money together. Fam said, "You Charleston White's protege?" Bro. I don't know, man. I admire like a lot of what Charleston has accomplished. There's a lot of stuff that I hope that I'll never have to do though. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do some of that stuff. I don't want to get into that he undid, man. I don't want to have to do all that. Mason Soldier Boy and some of the antics, the this and the dead. Hopefully I can get lit without having to do a lot of that stuff. But appreciate the compliment, fam.
Was living with Tim for a time in a home that Akira had been leasing. And this caused a little bit of tension. Brene allegedly got into a physical altercation with Akira's mother at this time. There were no criminal charges filed there, but Brene does face separate criminal charges for allegedly cyberstalking Akira. These charges came down
Man,
in
let me
September.
ask y'all this though. What's up with them piercings though? That's why I'll say this. I ain't never. Yeah, what's up with the piercings? That's some new age stuff. I ain't seen a lot of that. We need a Tyler Perry movie. Yep. Yeah. Maybe we can partner on it, Rohan. Take my man, and there will be hell. Yeah, that part. A Tyler Perry movie on this one. X, yes. Yeah, we could do the idea gang. I mean, and then what's even bro, what's even better is you could probably get her to play in the movie gang. She's still on TikTok. She's still got her business inquiries open, bro. It wouldn't even probably take a whole lot of money. And she's trying to get the money together for that 1.75 lawsuit settlement. Gang, this would be the perfect time to book her for the movie. It probably wouldn't cost you much, but it'd be pennies on the dollar, gang. But now, my question though, is anybody, and let me know if you're on the YouTube side, you see this video or wherever you might find it, let me know, man. Have y'all ever dated somebody that got those piercings like that? Those tongue piercings? You know what I'm saying? 2 tongue piercings in the mouth? What's up with that? What's to that? Is that like add some type of, is it just aesthetics or is there some type of, do they get some type of, buff? Do they get a sucking buff? For lack of a better term. Does that help? Does it do anything for you? What do those do for you? That's my question. What does that do for you?
For allegedly cyberstalking Akira. These charges came
2
down
balls
in
are better
September
than
of this
one.
year after Brene allegedly violated a restraining order Akira had against her. Now, per court documents, Brene harassed Akira online, according to the arrest warrant, quote, for the purposes of causing mental and emotional stress to the victim, meaning Akira. But those aren't the only criminal charges involved with this case. Tim also faces criminal charges for something that happened just this month.
Oh, here you
As
go.
the trial is ongoing, Tim allegedly brought a weapon to the courthouse where he was arrested and charged with carrying a concealed gun. This happened on November 5th when Tim allegedly
Timmy.
brought a 9mm handgun to the courthouse. He was eventually released after posting $2,500 bond.
What?
Okay.
See, that's another thing, fam. Bro, I'm telling you, she got that bread, though. She's still making money. She's still making that money off of TikTok. She got 2.9 million followers on TikTok. And I bet you after this whole shit came out, she probably got bigger, bro. No doubt. I just followed her. I'm sorry.
That was a lot to cover. I hope you followed all of that. There's so much going on in this case. So let's bring on our expert right now. It's our guest today, litigator Rich Schoenstein, a friend of our show. Rich, thank you so much for coming on to talk about this case. So let me start by asking, am I making sense of all of this? I mean, a $3.5 million lawsuit for someone stealing someone else's man?
Well, are you making sense of it? I mean, you are correctly stating what's happening. First of all, thank you so much for calling me up about civil litigation. You know I am a civil litigator. I am a civil litigator at heart, so whenever we have a lawsuit to dive into, I'm very excited about it. And that is what this lawsuit is. It's a little bit arcane and strange, and we can talk about that, but that is what the lawsuit is.
Okay, because I had never heard of this alienation of affection thing. I know it's only in a couple of states. It's 6 states, I think. I mean, can you explain it a bit to me?
Yeah. So this is, it is down to, I think, 6 states that still recognize this cause of action. And
See, it's only 6. Hey, only 6 states do this. So I mean, yeah, cheaters beware, but at the same time, yeah, you can just be aware of where you're living at and probably can get it off too. Look, she got a Demon Hunter shirt on right here. See, look, I told y'all she was a demon gang. Let me move out the way. I told y'all she was a demon gang. My demon senses was tingling, gang. She got the Demon Hunter shirt on right there. On full demon time, gang. Crazy word.
sort of an old-fashioned cause of action. The idea that you can sue somebody for stealing your man or for stealing your woman, that's strange, and we don't recognize that in most states, but apparently in North Carolina they do. And so a plaintiff can state a claim for alienation of affection if they can prove it was a genuine, affectionate relationship
Bro, they set that up. That's what I'm saying. They set that up, bro. Those two are cousins too. Her and the other ex is cousins. Bro, hey, look, a Scream set up to me, gang. Cause how are y'all aware of that law? You aware of that law that much? Somebody probably was in the comments said like this shit happened. Somebody was like, "Girl, you could sue her for that." She was like, "What, for real? How? It's a whole thing, girl. All you gotta, it's a thing. Yeah, it's here. I know. You can sue somebody for stealing your man, girl. What, for sure? Yes. Boom, 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 boom. That's look like a whole play, bro.
And that what they did was intentional interference with that relationship that in fact caused damages.
So how do you prove that? I mean, is it that you could simply prove, okay, they were having an affair during this time? Is that enough?
So I don't know that an affair is enough. And I will tell you what I found interesting about this case. After you asked me to come on, I looked at the docket. I pulled up the North Carolina court docket to try to understand the case. The case was actually filed back in 2024, I think in May of 2024, and it's going to trial now. So it's been around for a while. The defendant initially had lawyers representing her, but those lawyers ended up withdrawing because the case was much more burdensome and time consuming than they thought it would be.
Dang.
And I think she ran out of money to defend it. Why am I saying all of that? Well, no one, as far as I can tell, filed a motion for summary judgment or a motion to dismiss these claims. And you might have attacked them legally on the fundamentals of, is it enough? Your question is exactly the right one. Are you saying every time somebody has an affair that leads to the breakup of a marriage, that is now a lawsuit? I mean, I know it's a divorce case between the two people in the marriage who are now going to separate, but is that now a lawsuit automatically, just coming in and breaking up a marriage? I think what adds to it here is that there are a lot of allegations about social media, about flaunting it and gloating about it and using it for social.
Oh, so they're gonna pull the whole that like, oh, she provided a lot of extra anguish. She gave a lot of extra anguish because I was forced to see these things, I was tormented by it, especially given her large following. She got 2.9 million. It's freaking wild. Like, how do you get 2.9 million on TikTok, gang? That's insane to me. Maybe it's something to do with these. She got a triple ball piercing right there. How do you do that? Brother trying to see what that feel. He wanted to see what that feel like. He said, "I would feel." Oh, tee. Brody said, "I want to feel this for the rest of my life. I want to love you for the rest of my life. Say yes, say yes." I was like, yeah. I mean,
It is what it is.
Oh,
social media purposes. It's not just a relationship that broke up a marriage. It's more in a way that the plaintiff is arguing was targeted at her.
Because when we're talking about affairs, I would argue that potentially it's more selfish than it is trying to get back at your spouse. And I mean, obviously there are different situations with marriages or couples relationships. Everyone has, their own situation. However, most of the time, just generally, it's the person who's in the affair thinking about, I'm falling in love with someone else. I'm getting outside attention or affection or whatever it is, sex with another person, not thinking about their spouse. Whereas the argument here is that it was intentional infliction of emotional distress in a way of this other spouse. But you brought up the really important stuff about social media because the defendant here has millions of followers on TikTok. I mean, is that enough to prove that this was the alienation of affection?
Well, it's funny. You mention infliction of emotional distress, but there's no claim here for intentional infliction of emotional distress.
Dang, that's literally what I thought that's what they were going for with that. So I thought that's what the award was based off of, but they didn't even put that in.
It's like there should be.
Right, right. That seems more naturally to flow from if what you're alleging is not only did she steal my man, but she did it in a public way to embarrass me, to cause me pain, to cause me
Yeah, oof.
mental anguish. That sounds like intentional infliction of emotional distress. Alienation of affection really is only about whether or not the relationship ended because of this other person's conduct. And back to your original question, which is how do you prove that at trial? One of the difficulties for the plaintiff here is that it sounds like the marriage itself was not built on granite, right? It sounds like the marriage itself may have been flawed from the beginning, may not have been that solid, and if not this woman, then somebody else.
Since the
So the man who's in the middle of
beginning.
all of this, he goes by, his name is Timothy, but he goes by Tim. He was married to the plaintiff, divorced, and now married to the defendant. So he's literally the man in the middle of all of this. And everything you were just talking about, I think it relates to the testimony that he had just last week, where he went on the stand and said, yeah, my first wife, Akira, I never really loved her. We were more like roommates. I mean, that testimony, I think, would be strong then for the defense. But I mean, do you have to love someone to be in a marriage with them? I mean, all of this is really tricky.
Ooh.
It is really tricky. And
Yeah, that's a valid point. And then, man, come on. There's a reason why this law is isolated to 6 states throughout the whole U.S. It's because, bro, there would be so many plays run on people. There's already people who will, y'all seen the movies. I think it was in Troy. There was one of them. Y'all seen the movies where they go and they'll pay somebody to try to sleep with their spouse, or they sick somebody on their spouse, have them set up the cameras and all of that. You get all the evidence. You could take that, and then boom, you got the perfect grounds for the divorce settlement, and then you can settle it on your terms. You know what I mean? So if they did do that, it would just lead to it'd be a big legal can of worms. If this was like more of a law that was practiced in more states.
the question is if it's a genuine relationship. And for me, I would think the fact that they had gotten married would be more compelling than, sort of convenient testimony after the fact that, well, we were really just friends. Well, okay, you got married. I mean, you portrayed yourselves as married. You conducted yourselves as being married. To back off now and say, well, we were really just good friends, I'm not sure a jury's going to buy that.
There's
Absolutely
something else
not.
that I've seen about all of this too. The defendant here, Brene, I guess used to be really good friends with the plaintiff, Akira. I mean, they knew each other. I know that she had dated Tim in high school. Then her ex-husband is cousins with Akira. There's a lot going on here. It seems like they all kind of know each other pretty well. Do you think that is beneficial for either side, the defendant or the plaintiff here? The fact that they used to be friends and then they kind of Tim went from one girl to the next. I mean, how does that factor in?
So I could spin it for either side. As the plaintiff, I could spin it as this is particularly insidious because this was an insider taking advantage of her access, her relationships, what she knew about the plaintiff to come in and steal the man. I could definitely use that if I'm the plaintiff. But if I'm on the defense side, I could argue that this wasn't some plan, this just happened, and they were a close-knit group of people, and it turns out that relationship was stronger than the marital relationship between the plaintiff and the husband, and it just kind of happened. It wasn't intended to harm anybody.
I really
All right, I'm gonna wrap it up there. If y'all want to see the rest of it, they have like another 30 minutes. It's on this channel called Scandal. Bro, my first time seeing them. It's not bad at all. Yeah, that shit was fire, bro. I didn't even expect that to be that lit of a case, man. Shout out to TikTok. That's the first time I really didn't see a TikToker to make like big news like that. And it seemed like it was a big case, but it wasn't nothing that was too crazy either. So I like that. Hopefully she could come back, still make some content. She'll probably still be making content but she gonna be rubbing that man in that lady's face till her last days, bro. That's insane. All right, yeah, we got one more stream. I got one last streamer news piece. This is for Senna and Your Rage, and then I'm on and up into the video games. Your Rage. This was like, I think we kind of covered a little bit of this situation, like with that OTK clip that I posted. But this Novelty channel provides a little bit more insight